it was with that. Right now it is an independent post. Right now it is an independent post and not dependent upon anyone. It is, I have been given additional charge. So now everyone realizes that what are needed here. Earlier, no one were finding out the problems in this department, because if cyber people are having their force, their people, their manpower, they were utilizing their manpower for helping the POW, Prevention of Atrocities Against Women and Children. Yeah. Similarly, civil rights people, the prevention of IGP, prevention of civil rights is having their units in every district. So they were getting help from their units, their district units, but they were not dedicated for this purpose, right, this important purpose of women and children. Most of the parliament sessions and most of the assembly sessions marred by the subject of women and children. And I think that must have gone into the mind of the decision makers before creating this department separately. So I think this will go a long way. This will help in future, because first of all, the first initiative has been taken. Now we have to, those who are manning it should demand for the required things, requisite things. So we are demanding it, and we will get it for sure, because government is positive about it, very, very positive about it. The second question, that how we will interact with how we will know about the common people and about the people who are in problem. So this is what I have already mentioned, that we are going to create 14 units under this IGP POW, and one headquarter unit will also have the two wings. One is awareness and prevention, and another would be the investigative wing. Yes. So everywhere there would be two wings. This in all 12 units there would be two wings. The prevention and awareness unit will interact with the people, with the NGOs, with the stakeholders.
Oh, so this is one of the good information. Yes. Thank you, sir. So looking at the agenda of today, the format goes like this. We will invite two representatives from Matrimonial side. The duration of deliberation is 10 minutes with question and answer. Then quickly we move on to invite representative from banks who's going to talk about financial fraud and crimes. So looking at the time constraint, we have to quickly move on to the next subsession, while I would request two advocate, senior practitioners, legal practitioners to remain on the stage, while I invite Mr. Ravi Chandra, Mr. S. Ravi Chandra, General Manager, Legal and Regulatory, Matrimonial.com, Chair please, Limited, and Mr. Kingshuk Lohia from Shadi.com. So we have to really look at the time, and first you will give your presentation, then we have two lawyers, and then you can, sir. You're from Shadi? I'm from Matrimonial. Yes, sir. Mr. S. Ravichandran, I want to give a brief profile about sir. He is presently heading Legal and Regulatory in Matrimonial.com Limited, a public listed company in Bombay Stock Exchange and a National Stock Exchange Limited. Ravichandran sir is a BCom, BLACS, that is Company Secretary, postgraduate in Personal Management and Industrial Relations from Madras School of Social Work, and postgraduate in Patent Law from Nalsa University of Law. He has work experience close to 3 decades and is having varied experience in laws, including drafting of contracts, intellectual property laws, Information Technology Act, litigation, labor and property laws. Mr. Ravichandran has started his career in Income Tax Department, Chennai, after switching over to private sector. He has worked in manufacturing, information technology, and he has given lectures on cyber law to various educational institutions in China. Mr. Ravichandran. Mr. Kingshuk Lohia. Thank you, sir. Sorry. KP, sir, you be there.
Good evening to all. It's a great honor to be invited by the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and the Maharashtra Police. I come from Chennai. See, the online matchmaking industry is still at the nascent stage and accounts for approximately 6% of marriages in India. Also, matrimony frauds are now catching up with other online frauds like phishing, spamming, etc. I will just briefly inform about the law relating to where the matrimony industry stands. We are intermediaries under the IT Act 2000. We are a platform. We connect brides and bridegrooms like Flipkart connects buyers and sellers. The law of intermediary has evolved. The IT Act 2000, whereas the Intermediaries Act rules was formed in 2011. So the intermediary concept evolved from the case of Avinash Bajaj, Harvard-educated CEO of US-based auction portal eBay's Indian subsidiary Labsystems. He was arrested after a video clip containing objectionable material showing two Indian teenagers was offered for sale in Labsystems. This outrage caused by his arrest was voiced from eBay to Colin Powell, the then Secretary of State in USA, and to NOSCOM. So that intermediary concept has evolved from that stage to now, where the present law on intermediaries is like this. It means, intermediary means, with respect to any particular electronic records, it means any person who on behalf of another person receives, stores or transmits the record or provides any service with respect to that record. We are intermediaries. We don't, it's a platform, it's an online platform. We don't verify anything. It is up to the potential brides and the potential bridegrooms to post the profile and take it forward in a marriage. There are millions of profiles posted like that. And physically it is not only impossible to verify, also the verification, if at all, takes away the character of the intermediary and the IT Act. The IT Act also says, Section 79, notwithstanding anything contained in any law for the time being in force, but subject to Section 2 and 3, an intermediary shall not be liable for any third-party information, data, or communication link made available to them. Because we don't know. It's like same. The analogy is Flipkart. They connect the buyer and sellers, we connect the bride and bridegrooms. And Vijay was earlier telling about this third-party communication link and data which is posted. That is the reason that we are put in a pedestal by the IT Act. We are a platform. That's it. We do not initiate the transaction. We do not select the receiver of the transmission. We do not select or modify the information contained in the transmission. We observe due diligence as prescribed by the government, which is what Prashant referred. The Matrimonial Advisory Circular by the Government of India, Ministry of Child and Welfare, which states that you should have a terms and conditions, you should have a privacy policy, you should have a grievance officer. All these things we observe. And that is the only circular which states the IT data should have one year data should be there. No other act or no other provision states that you should keep a data for more than 1 year. But still, we keep a data for more than 5 years. We to help the police, other people and all. They ask information from us whenever a complaint is filed or case is registered. We retrieve that data. We give all information to them. The notice usually comes under the provision of Section 91. The Supreme Court, in the famous Shreya Singhal case, which declared Section 66A unconstitutional, has also touched the concept of intermediaries. It says that intermediaries, upon receiving actual knowledge that a court order has been passed, asking it to expeditiously remove or disable access to certain material, then do it. On its own, you need not do. Suppose somebody asks me to delete a profile, I need not do. There can be millions of requests which I could not able to comply with. This has been also been taken by the Supreme Court in its judgment in the Shayas single case. So in my experience in dealing with law enforcement agencies, I was one of the first to file a case FIR under the IT Act way back in 2002 when my website was hacked, company's website was hacked. Now there is no intermediary concept there. Now the concept of intermediary is there. Down the line, the police officers or law enforcement agencies are not able to understand this concept of intermediary. They say they believe your website, post the profile, they lose money. They're not able to understand that we don't do any verification. It's up to the parties themselves to do verification. So I would request, the cyber crime people are informed, but sometimes not every cases go to cybercrime agencies. I would request to cascade that the concept of intermediaries may be informed to them so that they are aware what is the law relating to matrimonial websites also. This is the law, but what are we doing as a matrimonial website? As one of the police officers mentioned, what is our doing to society? See, when the people who lost money contacted me, I asked them, have you gone to the safe matrimony in our website? The answer is no. Because in safe matrimony, we say, never go money to anyone. No physical relationship before marriage. Check background details before committing to marriage. How to identify fraudsters. That is also there on the website. They are not, you can identify them doing the following. Are not willing to show their face, let them to come on a video chat, profile photo not there, just let them to meet in person. Ask for money transfer, citing some emergency, initially small and later large amount. Hesitate to share family, workplace details. Express love too quickly, even before understanding each other. The profile looks too good to be true for the person to be interested to you. They call from multiple numbers. They usually don't give numbers to call back. Even if they give a number, they don't pick up any call. Later on, they call from a new number. Sound inconsistent or confusing when you ask for personal details. So all this is there in the website, but nobody bothers to read. This I've experienced it. I have so many people who have come up losing money. Have you gone to the website? I got the safe matrimony. I read what is not only women lose money. A guy in Bombay lost 1 crore. In Chennai, a guy lost 40 lakhs. He transferred 10 lakhs when the girl said that my father is sick. Another 10 lakhs, the operation needs to be second time. They are not even thinking twice to transfer money. What parties I'm saying? Both male and female. That really is a question which I'm not able to understand. How they can do it. I also ask, have you consulted your parents? No. Have you consulted your friends? No. Financial independence and also this generation, WhatsApp, father in one room, WhatsApping, mother in one room, WhatsApping, girl in one room, WhatsApping. There is no emotional bondage. If there is no emotional bondage, all these things happen. We also have a fraud management team. This is apart from the law. As a society, as a society, the fraud management team looks at the profiles on our own. They pick profiles where there is a uniform messages sent to everybody. They do that. And when they see the profiles, they also call them and ask for identification. If the person stalls or the person is hesitating to information, we suspend the profile. So we do from our side all these things, but ultimately, as the student had said, it is up to the users to carefully check. They don't even check the safe matrimony, then they just are interested only to check the photos. Other things, they are not even interested in checking the details in the website. We are still when the cyber crime Chennai called me for a discussion and asked me proactively, let us do something. We also now started to send a registered mail to all women who are 30 years and above and divorcee women who are below 30 years. We never we say, never transfer money to anyone's account or meet anyone in person without verifying their identity first. Use video calls to verify if the member is genuine. In case of any suspicion, despite verification, report it. Check out our HDFC, Matrimonial.com, Safe Matrimony, or guidance assistance. This we do voluntarily on our own. And we also send SMS to all women who are 30 years above and divorced women below 30 years. For better online matching experience, visit the Safe Matrimony page to view helpful online safety tips and receive further assistance. All these things we are doing on our own. So apart from the law, where we are protected as intermediary, we are taking this forward by educating the public, the women members, to be careful when they use the matrimonial websites. I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, please. Mr. Kamishna Prayer. Thank you, sir. He represents Shadi.com.
I would like to thank Bombay Chambers as well as the Police Department for organizing this fantastic seminar on this particular topic. And while everybody was speaking, I was observing, and from the little bit of questioning also, which I have seen, is I think hardly anybody understands what matrimonial sites are doing. And Mr. Khalil has tried to explain that part. Like what is our position vis-a-vis the matchmaking that we are doing. Whether we are really doing the matchmaking or we are bringing two people together, introducing them, and then they take forward their matchmaking journey forward, right? So, a couple of on the legal and statutory provisions, he has nicely explained what is the position of the matrimonial sites. I will just like to take you through the broad checks and balances. One of the questions came there that what are the checks and balances on the matrimonial sites when people are registering, when they are actively participating in the discussion on the matrimonial sites. What all we do, what all the broad checks and balances we have. Before that, I would like to just tell you that Shadi.com started somewhere in 1996 and it is now more than 22 years in operations. And company has touched nearly the lives of 60 lakh people in the last 22 years, and we have helped them finding a match on Shadi.com. So that's the journey, and why I'm quoting these things, because it's not like the fly-by-night operators who are doing business and they are facilitating some kind of frauds on their side. This 22-year journey would not have been possible if we don't earn the trust and faith of the Indian people, whether in India or outside India. Coming back to the what are the fraud prevention framework and various controls we have on the side, I will just classify it in three parts so that we understand it better. First is at the time of registration. What happens if the people come on our site, and first the action we have to take is to register their profile on my site. Second is at the time of activation. Just because we have registered on the site doesn't mean we will be activated and we will be allowed to carry transaction on my site. And third is what happens or what controls are there when they are transacting on my site. Transacting means a person expressing interest in somebody or is getting an accept from somebody else. So coming to at the time of registration, what all checks and balances we have. Would like to tell you that it's not like that we entertain all requests which comes on our site. I will tell you on a particular day, thousands of people try to register on our site, and a significant portion of them has been turned away because of the security rules we have on our website. And that significant portion can be 40 to 50% of the people trying to register on my site. So that's the way I ensure that there is a genuine people who are registering on my site. Now, as my industry colleague said that everything is not possible to do it manually because these are millions of people who are there on the matrimonial sites. So ultimately, we have to have the automated systems and processes to ensure that all these checks and balances has been done. And these have been evolved over the 22 years of journey based on the experience we had, the kind of people doing the fraud on our site, or they are coming together, coming and disputes has been raised from the other members on the site that this kind of wrongdoing is happening. And based on that, we have created certain rules. Couple of rules, as somebody was asking, what are you doing for the Nigerian frauds, right? So it's not about Nigerians only, it's IP-based controls that we have, whereby we know based on the experience that the people coming from certain IP addresses are not genuine. So our systems automatically blocks them. We don't allow them to register, even though they try multiple times, they keep on coming again and again. So in addition to that, there are checks on email IDs, mobile numbers, by which information they are trying to register on the website, and we don't allow them to proceed based on our security rules. Then what happens, based on so many years of experience, we have called something a wall of shame. You must have heard about the wall of fame. The same way internally we call it wall of shame. So people who try to do some wrong things on the portals and which has been flagged to our notice, immediately we put those profiles in the wall of shame, or we call them the blacklisted kind of database. And their information, all critical information is stored there. They try to register, come and register again and again. Every time it is referred to my wall of shame, and then it's been deactivated and not allowed to register. So any new profile coming in is first checked through the wall of shame database, and it's ensured that if somebody has done something wrong in the past and deactivated, will not be allowed to come to my database. Then we see when person is registering the profile, is there any objectionable content? You have to write a section which is called about me, where you write about yourself. And if there is any word which has been used which is objectionable and should not be there, based on that, based on the automatic system filtering criteria, those things has been flagged off, and those profiles are not allowed to go to in the system. Then if registration process has been done, what happens at the time of activation? Activation is a process whereby we check more information about that profile and ensure that yes, and we get reasonably sure that yes, it's a right and reasonable profile to be on my site for a genuine transaction. Then we allow it. We call it activation. And again, at the time of activation, it's a combination of automated processes as well as the manual screening also. Every profile has to go through the manual screening as well. We encourage people to upload their as many identity information or the supporting document, either it's educational certificate or anything else, so that we allow them or we give them trust badge. So if you have uploaded better documents which support your data entry on my portal, we give you a trust badge saying yes, you are a silver level kind of thing, or you can be trusted more as compared to the another person who is not uploading any kind of supporting details. Every profile that is being registered on the matrimonial site, I think on the matrimony as well, is their mobile number is 100% verification, right? So whatever number you are contacting, if somebody is registering the profile, at that time they have to give the mobile number, and that mobile number is compulsorily verified by way of OTP or something. So ensure that this profile is linked to this mobile number that is being assured before the activation of the profile. Then it is followed by a manual screening process, where our CRM team goes through each and every profile which is being registered, and they check the details which has been entered, and if they found anything suspicious in the profile information or something which is not consistent with the other data which has been entered in the profile information, immediately they flag off those profiles. And then we ask for more substantive data verification. We ask them to substantiate their profile information with some kind of proofs, like ID proofs. If somebody is saying I am a divorcee, what is the divorce proof, and all those things, education and employment details, all this information has been called for and then verified with the profile information. What if they don't give you the details? Then within 15 days, those profiles are deleted from the system. And this process is repeated till the time we get convinced from the ID proofs that we get. So if we are not convinced with the ID proof, we ask them for the ID proof, and we ensure that once the data is validated with the ID proofs, only then that profile is activated on the system. Activated means once you are activated, you are live on the system, other people can see your profile, and you can also connect with the other people. At the same time, once you are activated, now you are free to transact on the site, or you can connect with the other people on the site. Even there is something called the privacy settings. When I don't think that many of the people must have registered on the Matrimonial site here. So I will call that there is a tab which is called privacy setting. What happens there? There you can decide which information has to be disclosed to the other partner and which should not be disclosed to the other partner. So if you decide that, okay, my mobile number should not be disclosed to the other partner, it will never be disclosed. There are conditions you can say that yes, when I send a request to other partners and other partner accept that, then you can disclose my mobile number. Then the mobile number will be disclosed only when you fulfill that condition. So these are the, I am just giving one example. There are many more security settings and privacy settings which are there on the Matrimonial sites. I will say for all Matrimonial sites probably, which ensure the privacy of the people, especially the women and girls. Then what happens if still somebody is there and they are transacting, in the process also, the system, automated system, algorithm and whatever machine learning which we have developed over 22 years, keep on checking the activity of the people on the website. And I'll just give you a couple of control points which is there. Say if some profile is there and there are more than, say, like I will say X number of multiple profiles, logins are there through multiple sources. So if somebody is logged in through desktop at the same time through mobile or some other device ID, there is a variation system which automatically flags off this kind of behavior on the portal and say that something wrong is going on and you have to correct that, and immediately the system, some CRM guy will take a corrective action, put that profile under suspension and call for the no proof from the same people. Same way, what happens if the behavior of the person, so when you register on Matrimonial site, you have to define your partner preference. It's not like that the website at its own will decide which partner has to be sent to you for matchmaking. You have to define that what kind of partner you are looking for, about educational qualification, height, and all other aspects which we normally look for while pairing a partner. Right? So, if somebody, after defining their partner preference, start sending messages or interest to some other people which is inconsistent with their partner preference. So you decided that, okay, I am looking for a match in 25 years to 30-year girl, and you started sending messages or the interest to a 45-year-old woman. The system has inbuilt capabilities to flag off these kind of cases, and immediately it's highlighted, and those profiles are kept under suspension till the time we validate what's going on. So these are some of the other automated checks. Inconsistent card details. So if somebody is trying to make the payments of the membership fees and their card details are not matching with the kind of profile details that they have mentioned there, or their parent details which may be there, so immediately those transactions are blocked and put under suspension. Third type of some kind of wrongdoings which we see normally happens is that people try to register the profile with the genuine information, and immediately after that they try to change the core information of the profile, like date of birth is there or some other core information is there. So they say that, okay, I am 22 years old at the time of registering the profile, and within a few days they come back and say, no, my date of birth is wrong and I want to change my date of birth. We don't allow that. We ask for the proof, ID proofs and other supporting proofs. We verify that, and if it is right, then it will go through, otherwise the profile will be deleted from the system. So that is the activity-based automated controls which is there on the system. I can't go through the entire list, it will take a very long time. These are the automated controls. Other than that, what happens? Okay, if you are on the portal and you feel that something wrong is going on, what are the options with you? Every member has the options to immediately flag the complaint or issues on the portal. So So you don't have to do anything. Whenever you feel some message or something has been dropped, you just flag it off 2 minutes. Okay? You can immediately flag off those issues. Our CRM team, customer relation management team, will immediately jump to that. They will immediately put the profile under suspension or something. They will call for the details from the other person, complaint to do जिसके against में complaint है. They will call for the details from that person. They will ensure whether the profile is genuine or not, and depending on the outcome of the document and everything, they will take a call. Especially if the complaint is regarding, say, like uses of abusive languages, no intention of marriage, or financial assistance. Mainly, we are talking about today the financial assistance. Then we immediately delete the profile and add it to blacklisted database that we found, all of you. But I would like to highlight that in the internal misuse that is being reported to us is very small fraction of the misuse which is reported about the financial assistance. So the thing which we are saying that probably the crimes are there or many crimes are coming because of the matrimonial side, internally we are not observing that. Probably I will give some more data points as I move to the next thing, which is that how many complaints maybe we are getting from the law enforcement authorities on a monthly basis. And any guess from the audience? Because we have such a big seminar and we are saying something for happening. Say for a Shadi.com, how many complaints you must be getting from, say, law authorities to ask for the information or reporting any wrongdoing on our portal? So you won't believe it's hardly 7 to 8 requests that we get every month. And within 3 days, all the information has been submitted to all the law authorities which is there. And there we also have an internal mechanism to learn from that. So it's not like that our responsibility ends when I just submit the information to the law authority and say that, okay, you ask me, I'll give you the information. We connect with them at a regular frequency to understand what happened to that case. So that if something is there which we can correct in our internal processes, we would like to correct. But I would like to highlight that there is no reverse feedback mechanism when it comes to the law authorities. We send, but we don't get that, okay, what happened in that case. From cybercrime, we say that cybercrime department says we have forwarded to the respective police department or officer, they are taking it up, if something will happen, we will know. And the police officer says, now the matter is subjudiced, I can't tell you. So I think the reverse feedback mechanism, as this entire thing is evolving, as the cyberspace is evolving, we have to understand that all the parties have to come together and work. Only then there will be effective, I will say, regulatory mechanism in place. Just putting, say, spot on the, just 2 minutes I will complete and then we will come to question answer. So putting matrimonial site on the spot, it's right thing. Is we as a good citizen has to be ensuring that nobody, as Mr. Vijay was saying, it's more emotional decisions. Marrying somebody is an emotional decision, and it's very easy to get somebody carried away in that entire process. So as a good citizen, we also want to ensure that anybody who's on my portal should never be compromised in any way. But at the same time, I think collectively we will come together and we'll get more insight that if somebody is doing a marriage, ultimately it's a, I will say, mouse and cat kind of game, where the fraudsters will like to be ahead of us and we will like to be ahead of them in this entire process. So, sharing with the last thing I would like to highlight, it's on cybercrime. So somewhere we are also the victim. So just a couple of examples, say like when our CEO or a managing director was traveling, we got an email that, okay, I'm in need of fund, please transfer the fund urgently on so-and-so account number. So we are diligent, so we have not transferred the fund, but the mail was looking like it's coming from his natural email ID and his signature and everything was perfect in that email. At the same time, when we have blocked so many fraudsters over so many years, regularly we get very abusive emails as a part of the senior management team, where they say, please allow us to register, otherwise we will do something, we will harm your reputation and all those things. We keep on highlighting these or sending these issues to our Mumbai cybercrime cell, and they are pursuing on this matter. With this, I would like to thank everybody for the patience here. Sure.
I once had a client who came to me and said she's a lady and about 35 years of age, and she had a complaint against Shadi.com that her husband's profile was put up by himself on Shadi.com, and showing that his age is, I mean, he's a bachelor of say 24 years, and she wanted to sue the man for cheating by personation. When I advise her, obviously cheating by personation is an offense when somebody has been cheated, and the wife probably, if he had promised, the husband had promised to marry some woman on the Shadi.com, she could have a claim to do that. She could sue the man for cheating by personation if she was cheated. But the wife knew who the impersonator was, so there was no question of deception there really. But these cases are very rampant. This is what I'm saying. But how would you identify? How would you verify any morphed, say, photograph or any fake ID proof? Do you have a mechanism like a two-step verification, like OTP verification, or how do you do a verification of an ID proof?
Yeah, so OTP verification for mobile numbers, we have a compulsory OTP verification. When it comes to the images, yeah, as you said rightly, there are so many people who are trying to register with a Salman Khan photograph or Shah Rukh Khan photograph on our website. So we have a cutting-edge technology whereby the image matching or image screening happens. And if we find that image is matching with any kind of celebrity or something, that will be immediately rejected and put in, say, wall of shame, whatever is there. And many times when we see the photograph is not clear or side photograph or something, we do have certain rules around that. What kind of photograph will be acceptable and what is not acceptable. Immediately the team connect with that person and say that you have to immediately load a
You do data analytics of other social networks where they have maybe used any original images of theirs, or they also could use some avatars. You don't know.
No, so I don't like to diverge too much here because, as I say, it's a public platform and what are the security measures we are taking. But internally, we do call a team of the people as our CID department. So they look at the profile, as you said.
Yeah.
We look at their social profile on either Facebook and all this. We try to corroborate the information which we have with that kind of information.
I'll share with the audience and with you certain real life cases which I've handled, and you'll be shocked at the way things are today in this industry.
I have a question that if something was impersonation is revealed before you, it could not, for example, if a person is not deceived, if a person is not able to deceive anyone, be it a woman, be it a man, but you realize that he is impersonating or she is impersonating. And whether you have registered any case till date of impersonation because you are the victim. In this case, you are the victim.
We do proactively send all the details to the cybercrime people. Recently also, a case in South, one of the South cities, there was a clear case of impersonation, which you had given all the details to respective people. But as my esteemed colleague said, there is no reverse feedback. There is absolutely no reverse feedback. That is what is most surprising is that many cases based on complaint, we have proactively done everything at given. The profile details of the person complained, person to whom it has been complained, and all the other details given, but there is no reverse feedback.
No. Police works different. If you give a complaint, then they will act. If you send the information, they will not act. Without complaint, the cause of action does not start.
Sir, I have to modify, it's a complaint. If I have not put it correctly, it's a complaint. It's not a complaint from our side.
Which is there. And currently the IT Act, the way the personal sensitive information has been defined has been broadened by the proposed bill. Because as on date, it involves any kind of financial information, for example, passwords. It involves any personal information of gender or any kind of say sexual orientation of a person, or any kind of personal information which is very, very sensitive. However, it does involve biometrics, but it doesn't involve religious beliefs of a person, the political views of a person, which now will be folded within the ambit of the new bill. And that is a very big leap because, as you see, the Facebook issue has evolved, the carnage issue, and the Cambridge Analytica has now brought this to the forefront, that how social media has been misused. my political campaigners, and there being rackets being circulated, and misleading information is being put, and campaigning is happening. So if the people, the website service providers, if they are collecting information which is more than is necessary for their purpose, that will be something which is being violative of privacy and violative of the norms. So that's something which will have a very big impact on collection of data vis-a-vis the matrimonial sites also, because they collect a lot of information which may not be required for the point of view of marriage, or identification. So that's something which will directly impact them. And also the verification aspect, how they secure the data. As on date, they have 27,001 certification. There may be a better recommendation of protecting data in the new regime which we will have. So there are a lot of implications as far as this is concerned, and I think we are going for a better protection, definitely. And it's a promising step, but still a lot of things need to be clarified there. Thank you.
I would like to make on behalf of Matrimonial Shadi.com as well as Matrimonial.com that both the companies are fully compliant with the GDPR regulations. Those are more, I think, severe regulations, and more severe penalties are mentioned there. So both the companies are fully compliant with GDPR, and we are just waiting the final draft and final bill on the Indian data protection law. And as soon as these are out, as a responsible companies, we will be definitely fully compliant with the regulations.
Very good. What I'd like to do separately is to understand that and perhaps popularize it, because going forward, this compliance subject to metamorphosis in the bill over the period of the next few months will be a very critical element. So any lessons or learnings that you have, I'd be very happy to find ways that other people can profit from those.
Excuse me, I have a question. You can hear me without the mic. So this is for the, for both gentlemen of the matrimonial side, and we are also part of the economic times. Vaishnav, I will start with you. You started off saying that you are just an intermediary, and the end responsibility lies with the user. Now you're seeing world over, that kind of concept of just being an intermediary platform is evolving. I mean, you're seeing Twitter, Facebook are being held much more responsible than being just a platform, and also being forced to take actions. So, I sense a bit of a callous approach towards your users. And I want to ask you that doesn't this approach is bad for business per se? Because as a user, if I'm not having a good experience on your website, I'm just going to go over to somebody else. So, as Bharat Matrimony, is there like an active fraud detection measure that you're looking at? How far are companies ready to go in terms of tackling this whole issue of fraud that's happening in the website? Because it's, a year or 2 years from now, you cannot kind of raise your hands up and say we're not responsible, because the law is evolving on that.
So Divya, the intermediary, that is the law. Okay. Apart from that, we have a fraud management team in place which checks the profile, which checks whether there is any abnormal messages being sent to the users. When that is there, the fraud management team talks to them and try to engage them in a conversation, and also ask that the identification, what are the profile particulars are true. If they stall, or if there is, we can sense that something is not gelling with the profile, we immediately suspend the profile. That is one action. Second is, now we are sending SMS to the women who are about 30 years of age, and also the divorced women, not to send money to the prospects, not to engage in physical relationships, also to go to our website and read about safe matrimony, where the entire gamut of safety measures are in place. That is being sent now. Also, we are sending a mail on these aspects to the registered mail agent. People may not see the registered mail, that's why we are also doing SMS also. Thus, this answers the question.
Thank you, sir. This answer
sorry, I have to intervene.
Okay.
I just want to add one agreement. And I'm going out on a limb on this, so forgive me if I'm wrong. The definition of intermediary under the IT Act, if I am correct, will get subsumed if the bill becomes law under data fiduciary under the personal data protection bill when it becomes an act. The obligations on the fiduciary are far more than the obligations on the intermediary under the IT Act. So I'm saying there is an enhanced set of obligations, and again I repeat, I'm going out on a limb in making this claim. But therefore, the sequences are not the same and will not be the same. So I'm very happy to hear from Shadi.com that in their opinion they are compliant with the general data protection regime. Therefore, they should be compliant with the personal data protection bill aspects. But over a period of time, I'm sure you'll have more to say on that.
So, this is going to be the last session, and some of our speakers, they have to fly back to their hometown, Delhi. And we move to the, thank you, sir. Please take your seat in the audience, please. Yes, sir. Before I start the subsession financial, I wanted to ask the representative from Matrimonial, which I missed because I had to take a break. The question goes like this, that if visa strictness is so much observed by the embassies and consulates, that they check each and everything from biometrics to the academic details to your age, everything, and that happens, you can be a frequent flyer. But on matrimonial domain, public domain, why these checks are not followed? Even if there are 5 strict queries or 10 strict queries, there has to be uniformly outside the matrimonial sites, which maybe we can take offline. We don't have time now. That always I post. Next speaker. Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. So we are now moving to the banks and financials, frauds and crimes, and we have senior CISO from HDFC, Mr. Samir Ratolikar, Executive Vice President, HDFC, who is going to talk about key phases for effective cyber security in banks. On behalf of banks, though we had Mr. Maulik Nanavati coming from Ahmedabad, but he could not make it. Had he been here, he could have covered the customer-centric visitors, because Mr. Ratolikar is going to talk about how to protect banks, while Mr. Nanavati would have covered how to protect customers. But anyway, may I request Mr. Samir Ratolikar on dais? After this, and Mr. Vinay Vishwanath from Labsystems. Mr. Ratan Ratolikar, HDFC. Oh, sorry, Mr. Samir Ratolikar. Please come on this dais. Please. You want to go? You want to take the seats in the audience? Want to sit there? Yeah. Please, Professor. What is it about Samir Ratolikar? In his current role of Chief Information Security Officer at HDFC Bank, Mr. Samir heads the Information Security Group and provides leadership to the development and implementation of information and cyber security programs across the bank. Prior, he served as Chief Information Security Officer at Axis Bank, where he was responsible for developing and implementing robust information strategies in line with business technology strategies. And Samir holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Marathwada University and is a distinction holder. Thank you, sir. Yeah, very good. No, I. Yes, sir.
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay, good. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me, Sanskriti, Bombay Chamber of Commerce. So, I head the information and cyber security in HDFC Bank. So, this is Chief Information Security Officer, and when I spoke to Sanskriti, we somehow agreed that it will make sense to speak on what are the key facets
the key point or the key focus areas for a CISO, right? For a person who holds the information on cyber security for financial institutions like HDFC Bank. So friends, there is nothing like 100% information security, 100% cyber security. That is a myth. That is a myth which somebody is telling. You can't prevent the frauds. You can't prevent the cyber crimes. What best we can do is to make the attack surface tough for the attacker. Is to make your platform tough for the attacker, right? And that's how is the global standards is happening, and that's how the industry is moving, at least the financial industries. So coming back to the key facets for a successful information and cyber security for the banks, right? Which ultimately benefit the consumers, which ultimately benefits all of us, isn't it? If there is a trust in all of you about carrying out internet banking transactions or mobile banking transactions or e-commerce transactions, because you feel that the platform is secure, the bank is secure, I'm sure it will increase a lot of digital footprints, increasing for the banks, and our cash economy will get kind of reduced, and it will basically evolve or transform or translate into more digital economy. So this is all a complete a circle. So the key facets to have effective information or cyber security is 3 Ds, 3 tenets. Number 1 is the prevention or protection. Number 2 is the detection. And the third component is the response and recovery, which we also call it as a cyber resiliency. That's a word I'm sure you have heard, some of you, that's a word which is becoming very famous globally in the global financial institutions. Right? So fundamentally what we do to protect all of you or your transaction is to create a layer of protection. Now, layer of protection against what? Layer of protections against protecting you from as simple as a phishing attack, where the voice-based, the phishing, voice-based kind of campaigns are carried out, or attacks, which we also call it as the social engineering attacks. The phishing, a simple email-based stuff, okay, where you'll be asked, you will go to disclose your personal identifiable information which is used to carry out the fraud. So the banks have evolved from 2001 internet banking guideline of RBI till 2018. So it's 70 years of fantastic journey of continuously evolving, incrementally evolving, and making your attack surface as possible, as tough as possible. So we put the two-factor authentication in the form of SMS OTP, right? There is something you know, something you have, right? So some people, some banks have adopted a different form of OTP, different form of authentication form factor, which is a hardware token, or a token something in the form of a USB, right? On a hardware token, the number is generated, so you type your user ID and password, it asks for the OTP number, you generate a number on a token, right? And you punch the number and transactions through. So here at least I know the person who is transacting with me is a legitimate and genuine person, right? But the fraudsters have gone beyond that. Okay, they try to create a very sophisticated attack. I don't want to go into detail of it today because of the paucity of time. But they are today in a position to launch an attack called man-in-the-middle attack. In a man-in-the-middle attack, they will plant a virus or a program on a customer's on a computer, which kind of create a replay of the attack. So even if you have two-factor authentication token, it is of no effective, right? So to do that, there has to be virtual authentications. The banks have adopted a journey of a transaction monitoring system, which uses a bit of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and that's how we are. Second, another few examples of a protection layer is the protection malwares. I'm sure every one of you, or at least most of you, would be familiar with Swift Bangladesh incident, right? I think I can see the few people nodding their heads. Swift Bangladesh is a main example, perpetrated largely using only a malware, using a virus, right? As almost 85 million US dollar transactions were carried out in 2016. What we are talking about? Okay, so the banks generally, to prevent you guys from these malware-based attacks or to protect consumers' interest, will put anti-malware technology on their premises, which called as a anti-advanced persistent threat technology. So if there is a malware trying to capture or seize execution, we put the anti-malware components. Another important aspect to criminal attacks is the DDoS. I'm sure few of you would have heard distributed denial of service attack. In this attack, if continuously an attack is launched on an internet banking website, they are making it unstable or making it not available. So bankers subscribe to DDoS. These are all some of the prevention steps, apart from the most important prevention step, or is the awareness. So there has to be a continuous awareness for banks, with all of you through the website, ATM channels, through mobile banking, through newspapers. Second important facets is the detective component. How quickly I am able to detect the attack if the attack is on the website. For which some banks are adopted steps of a security operations center, which is 24/7, the cyber security defense center, where the attacks are monitored, the events are correlated, translated, and that's how the action is taken. Okay. Another important, I don't want to again go into the detail and technicalities, but there are effective technical controls available today to detect the attack. And many banks, at least globally, are going on with using machine learning and artificial intelligence kind of platforms, whereby these anomalies, behavioral changes are recorded and the attacks are at least are detected as early as possible. And because that's the key, right? As I said, we can harden the attack surface, but you can't prevent the attacks fully. 100% information on cyber security or online security is a myth. So how quickly we are able to detect the attack is a key measurement parameter today for the CISOs, for the information and cyber security practitioners. The last but not least is the incident response mechanism. Whatever mechanisms you adopt to detect the attacks, right? If you don't have the proper video communication plans, if you don't have the incident response teams to know to whom to be contacted, what are the people, if they don't know the roles and responsibility during the crisis, the senior management, the board members, I think there is no point in having the technical controls on our technical solutions deployed, right? So incident response and incident recovery, where globally the people are using different words, called cyber resiliency, has become an extremely important key and one of the most important aspects. So the focus on information security, which used to be on IT security or technological security, has moved from technical security to information security to information privacy or to information risk management. When information security people, business continuity people, the fraud and vigilance, my esteemed colleague is also here, Prasun Singh, who handles our fraud and vigilance. So we all come together in terms of crisis, and the crisis has to be handled. The information security incident has to be handled. The forensic aspects are carried out. And that's the goal, friend, the goal the world are going, right? So I think in 10-15 minutes, this is what I could put for all of you as a CISO of the bank. But definitely we can connect, and I think Sanskrit will share our coordinates to take it forward. Thank you so much.